Welcome to Daily Sama. This is Dr. Shalini Bahl, and we're meeting on weekdays to practice and play with one of the 8 mindfulness skills from my book, Return to Mindfulness. And sometimes when we are feeling depleted and our regular practice, awareness of breath, or let's say body scan, or whatever is your regular practice, is not feeling like it's quite enough. I find that picking a random practice from my book, Return to Mindfulness, which is right here. So this has 48 micro practices based on the original teachings in mindfulness. And there are these cards with the 48 practices. And sometimes it's just easy to trust that whatever practice is going to come today will be for our highest benefit. And so they are color coded. There are 8 skills and there are 6 practices in each. But I'm going to today just trust the randomness, and because I don't know what I need. I feel like I need something, but I don't know what I need today, whether it's more awareness, is it more compassion, more curiosity? I don't know. So I'm just going to trust. So just take a moment to arrive, take a deep breath together. Feel free to take another 1 or 2 deep breaths if you need them. I do, so I will. And once you feel that your mind is here with your breath, with your body, then just checking in with your intentions for this practice today. May this practice be for our benefit and for the benefit of our loved ones and all beings. So whatever practice we choose today that comes to us, may it be for our benefit. So I'm just going to pick on a random one. Let's see what we have here. Okay. May this be for our benefit, the benefit of all beings. May it help us to return to our inner knowing and clarity. Oh my goodness, this is again, I just picked this one up the other day before Christmas holidays, and here it is again. So this is a curiosity practice. Emotions are my friends. Interesting. So curiosity helps us to disrupt our default ways of seeing things, of only noticing things that confirm what we already believe. So it's a really gentle and embodied way of opening our hearts and minds to what is here, what is possible. And this particular curiosity practice, Emotions Are My Friends, is about directing our curiosity towards our feelings and emotions, to really befriend them, to open the door. As Rumi would say, we are like a guest house, and each day a new feeling, a new emotion comes knocking on the door. And whether it's depression or meanness or anger, whatever it is, can we show up to the door and open the door to see what's present and what gift does this emotion bring to us? Because emotions are just here to tell us what we are experiencing or seeing, maybe about a need that is not met and that our conscious mind is not seeing. So we'll do a little practice today. And first I'll read the card, and then we'll do the micro practice together. So the card reads, our emotions are there for a reason, to help us safely navigate changes in our inner and outer environments. So we're doing this practice of curiosity. Emotions are my friends. And the card is inviting us to return to the body and breathe fully, to make space for whatever you're feeling. Treat your emotions like guests. Welcome them all. And what thoughts and needs are underlying your emotions? Take one action to attend to these needs. So we're just going to bring this embodied, gentle curiosity in our practice towards what is our experience of our emotions in this moment. So, as always, we begin by returning to our present moment experience, finding an anchor. For me, the breath is generally a helpful anchor to return to my body, the sensations of breathing, feeling the rising and falling of the chest with each inhale and each exhale. Just taking these few minutes to let go of any rushing, of any judgments, and returning to our direct experience of the gift of this breath. And if it's helpful, just settling your mind and your awareness in the region of your chest so you can really feel the breath as it enters your body, the expansion in your chest as you breathe in, and the relaxation as you exhale. So just staying here for a few moments to rest the mind and the body in this awareness of the breath. And every time your mind wanders away, just inviting it back with kindness, with this appreciation of this practice that allows us to return back to ourselves, to that place that feels like home, that place within us that's always there, no matter where we are. So using your breath as a way to return to your inner knowing, your direct experience in this body, in this moment. And when you feel your mind is stabilized, we'll invite that gentle curiosity, which is today's practice. Emotions are my friends. So really opening the door of your heart to welcome whatever emotion is here for you today, whether it's peace and calm or joy, or it's grief or anger, anxiety, overwhelm, whatever is here for you, using your inhale to create that spaciousness in your mind and your body to welcome this emotion. Just acknowledging what's here first, labeling the emotion, and maybe even looking what's underlying. So if the first emotion is just relief or ease or peace, then even looking below that, if there are other emotions, feelings underlying that. And checking in, listening within, what is this emotion trying to tell you? Maybe it's about a need that is not being met currently. And if you are at ease, then acknowledging the needs that are being met of belonging, of safety. So, what is the underlying need that is being met or not met in this present moment? And once you're able to identify what need is being met or not met, what is one step you can take towards taking care of that need within yourself? And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes, and if you like, maybe sharing your experience if you want in the message. There's a comment box, I believe, at the bottom. And I am going to be sharing this micro practice in Substack as well under micro practices. If you'd like to continue the conversation there of how we can use this practice, the micro practice of emotions are my friends, which is a curiosity practice. And um, I- it basically is a micro practice to disrupt our habits of how we deal with emotions, either to ignore them or to suppress them, or we react and act on the emotions. And instead, the invitation is to really open our minds with that friendly, patient mind of curiosity and see what is present here, firstly, and then what is underlying the emotions, the needs, the thoughts, the inner dialogue. And with that clearer seeing, we can realign with our intentions, with our values, and see how can we meet these needs while honoring ourselves, honoring each other. And so, curious if anything came up for you. What are the emotions for you? For me, was relief. I was just going through a loved one's experience of difficulty going on right now, and they just I was able to be there for them and support them, and they're coming out of that. And so there was that sense of relief. But then underlying the relief, I was also feeling like I need to acknowledge how hard it has been for me to go through with them and to extend kindness and a little more space and grace for myself today. Um, So I wonder, I'm curious what came up for you with this practice. I just find that these practices, we don't have to always have it figured out. It's good to have a dedicated practice for sure, which is your daily practice of whether it's body scan or mindful walking, awareness of breath, open awareness, yoga, swimming, exercise, whatever it is you do, Tai Chi. Those, it's really good to have some time to do the dedicated practice. I also find that having these reminders, I'm going to put this reminder today, emotions are my friends, having those reminders, and you can, like I've always said, you can create your own reminders, on sticky notes and put them around, because the mind kind of defaults back to its usual ways of thinking and making decisions. And having these reminders of these different skills allows us to disrupt that spiral of thinking and reacting, and just taking a moment to return to what's here with that right quality of the mind. So look forward to your questions if you have any about these practices, or feel free to join us in the twice a month we meet for longer sessions live in the Sama Life Circles. And January, we will begin with the mindfulness skill of curiosity. So we'll really hone into curiosity and focus on the nuances of how to practice curiosity in everyday life. So we'll be meeting twice that month and exploring these micro practices together. So if you have any questions, comments, feedback, what would support you in deepening your understanding of mindfulness in everyday life, feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message. How can mindfulness really support you in the new year that we are going to begin in 2 days? So again, we can end together with this intention, and may our practice together be for our benefit and for the benefit of all beings. Thank you for joining me today. And until we meet tomorrow, stay Sama. I'll linger around if you have any questions for a few more moments. If you like to leave a comment or questions, I'll stay on for a few more moments. And like I said, otherwise we can continue the conversation in Substack and under the post. So I'll be sharing that within a few moments. Thank you for joining me today.